Okay, welcome back, everybody. My name is Wayna. This is Copious Amounts, the one and only hip-hop meets fine cuisine show online. You are getting the best of the best fine cuisine brought to you with taste and flair and grit. And we have some amazing recipes coming up for you. Don't go anywhere because we're gonna do another appetizer with these oysters that you're gonna love. I can't wait.
You don't know what to do, right? It's copious amounts.
Oh,
full copious amounts.
I didn't know we were
Make some more oysters. I didn't even know we were back on. Make some more oysters.
Trying to figure out
Chef
what's
Eric
going on.
Tyson, Trey Creole, out of Washington, D.C., came all the way up from the bayou. On the bayou. You know what I'm saying? And he's here. The Creoletopia episode, Wayna's here. Yo, those oysters were so good. But
Appreciate
the problem is I bought 2 dozen.
All right.
I bought 2 dozen. We only had a dozen. Can you make something more out of this dozen?
Oh yeah. So next up we got the Oyster Bienville. So what I'm gonna do right now is go ahead and start chopping up some of these nice mushrooms. And so the
Here, let me get this out of your way,
Yes,
all right?
thank you very
Let them know what's going on.
So we're gonna just chop these up. I'm gonna saute these because the mushrooms you just kind of want to cook them separately.
All right.
We're not gonna cook like everything else.
Here, this is what I do. I get a sheet pan ready for you
Oh no, I'm just gonna do them right here on the burner.
on the burner.
Yeah.
Well, my sheet tray. Going right back. So white mushrooms. Why white mushrooms?
So I mean, mushrooms are mushrooms. I mean, not. I shouldn't say mushrooms are mushrooms, but you can use the baby bellas.
Okay.
These are just more of your standard mushroom that you'll find people using. The portobellos, the baby bellas.
What's your favorite mushroom?
Portobello?
Portobello?
All day.
What about hen of the woods? I love a hen of the wood mushroom.
Actually, I have to be honest, I'm not 100% familiar with a lot of.
It's okay.
Yeah. So.
It's a chicken head in the woods. It's called hen of the woods, but we'll talk about that later. Wayne is here. We're gonna act respectful today because the queen is in the house. No, hen of the wood mushrooms are like the long ones. Mm-hmm. Look almost like the shiitake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to just say that.
But
so I mean, I when it comes to cooking, I mean, I do so much with portobellos. I guess that's why I'm a little bit more. Oh, that's the egg.
it's okay, baby. It's all right.
So,
Some butter.
let me get just a little bit of butter in.
More butter.
So,
All right. So the mushrooms and the butter together.
so
Oh,
we're just gonna
Jesus.
saute this down, and then I'm gonna remove the mushrooms from it after they cook and drain it.
Okay. I got you.
In
I
the
get you.
meantime-
I get you.
Yep. While those are cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and actually. There we go. Let's cook it on high for a minute. So while that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and prep everything else. So
All right.
we got our onion.
Okay.
Now when you get to your onion, you know, we talked about the tears coming down and everything
Yes.
like
Yes.
that. So
I heard that's why if you got tears, the onion was fresh. Is that true?
So it's pretty much yes.
Okay.
But what happens is when you get to the butt of the onion, a lot of times you want to cut it not right directly down the middle. You don't want to hit that root. You want to go on the other side of it, and then you want to slice it, and then you cut it at the end. So
the butt gives you the tears.
Yep, that's where everything comes from right there.
Kind of like Shorty when she give you the you get the tears because she ends up leaving you. Wayne, I'm sorry.
That's what we do.
But it's the truth though, right? It's the truth though, right? It's Copious Amounts, episode 6. Come on.
Can I tell you a way of stopping yourself from feeling the tears?
What is it?
And this really works because Ethiopian food is like 90% onion. Right?
Yes,
so
it
this
is.
is the trick that the women, when they make food, this is what they do. You take the peel of the onion, okay, and you put it behind your ears.
Really?
And
The
those-
peel of the onion?
I promise you.
Really?
I promise
But
you.
that one make you cry more?
I promise you, the moment you put it like behind your ears, like as if it were some headphones, it goes away. Like you could chop 1,000 onions and you will feel anything. Am I telling the truth? Okay. This is
Shout out to Me Too. Shout out to, you know, her and her company holding us down out here. She's also Ethiopian, and she's over there like, yes, like obviously this is not BS. It's real. But what happens like when you go to bed, like, and you lay next to?
you know, I mean, after you're done cooking, you take it off.
But are you smelling like onions all day?
You mind? Yeah, you know.
Kind of girl I like. You know what I'm saying? Smelling like onions all day. Hey boo, what's up? Got you, girl. Chef, you want me to take these tails off of this?
I already took the tails off, so we're just gonna chop those up after.
Already took the tails off. Get the hell out of here. Where's my drink?
I'm basically gonna saute these mushrooms down. I'm gonna remove them from the flame. I'm gonna add a little bit more. You know what? I'll go a little healthy and I'll add a little bit of oil.
What kind of oil is that?
So I think this is a little bit of olive oil, just regular olive oil. So and I'm gonna actually, what we're gonna do after this is get the flour and everything. So the Bienville is a little bit of a thicker sauce that goes on top of the oyster. It's almost kind of make a roux with it.
Okay.
And you season that roux up. So roux is nothing more than oil and flour,
Right.
you know, stirred together.
R-O-U-X, correct?
R-O-U-X, yep.
Yeah.
So and then after we,
A roux. Really, really good. Soups.
just
any
most
kind
dishes,
of
stews, yep.
Yes, like you want to make a roux first. How is a
So-
roux different from a bechamel?
So, well, bechamel, in my experience, I don't do bechamels to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, I will if somebody asks for it,
Right,
if it's required,
right. But I love
the
a
cream.
roux personally.
A roux is a bechamel is a cream sauce.
Right.
Whereas a roux is just a flour and oil.
Right.
So and it's you basically to get the color with the roux, you keep stirring it. It's a process, you know.
Right.
You let it go for a little while. You could either use oil or butter.
Okay.
Butter burns a lot faster than oil, so I choose to use oil.
Oil.
I use a little bit of canola oil, mainly because I have a lot of people who, vegetarians and so forth, that don't really want vegetable oil. Even though it's vegetable oil, a lot of other added preservatives and everything in it. So I try
Need
to.
something to drain this in, or?
Actually, yeah, I was gonna put it on something. I don't know if we have any parchment or anything.
I'll hook you up. I got you right now.
All right. Put that to the side, and then I'm gonna use the oil. And oh, actually, forgot I got some more things to chop up. So, and a lot of times you don't actually have to cook everything down. You can actually add it up because it's still going to cook in there. I prefer to cook my onions and everything mainly because you want to release the flavor. You want to release the flavor, so you want to cook it but not cook it too long. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, so go ahead and drain these.
You know, I absolutely love mushrooms. I mean, like, the texture of them, especially if you're like vegan or vegetarian, like making portobello burgers and stuff. A lot of people hate on it, but like, if you close your eyes and get a nice little bite of a portobello mushroom burger, it'll change you. It will. It is a great meat substitute.
So right now, we're actually gonna make the actual dish.
Okay.
So I've already added the oil. I'm gonna Get a little bit of flour. Now, when it comes to making a roux, you want to do a kind of a 1-to-1 ratio. That's how you keep everything. So if I have 2 tablespoons of oil, I want to do 2 tablespoons of flour.
Ah, got it.
We eyeballing the day, so I don't care.
You was raised in grandma's kitchen. I'm pretty sure, you know, unless she was baking cakes, because I know when you bake, it's very important to have
that's a whole
different thing. But when you cooking for black people like me, you, and you know what I'm saying, Wayna, we want to make sure it's right.
Another spoon? You got a spoon?
Man, I got whatever you want. Here you go. Blow. There's a spoon for you.
Right now.
I got forks. I got appetite. What you want to do?
So,
What you want to do? What you want?
this is gonna make a it's not well. It'll make the cream as soon as I add the milk to it. So what I'm actually gonna do right now is make this to season the roux. That's where I'm gonna add the onion. I'm gonna add the onion. I'm gonna actually cook that shrimp in it too, so it'll really get that flavor. The celery salt, a little bit of Worcestershire. I'm just doing this right now to thicken it up.
I mean, you literally came here and said, "I'm gonna just show off." Was that your mind state when you showed up? I mean, he showed up with this big G.I. Joe duffel bag full of stuff. And I was like, "Yo, what's in there?" He was like, "Yo, son, I got oysters, I got crawfish, I got shrimp, copious amounts. If you want to get invited, you make sure you come like Chef Eric Tyson comes, or you come with the resume of a caliber artist like Wayna. Ain't no suckers here, son." You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go ahead and now add these mushrooms, the onions.
Can I ask you a question now? What does copious amounts mean? What does that mean?
So I'll tell you, copious amounts means a large amount of anything. So, funny story is, this is how copious amounts started. Gadget's been begging me to do a cooking show. And he's laughing because he knows it's true. And so I was like, all right, cool. I was like, he's gonna film one episode of me, be like, oh, you corny, and keep it moving. I was completely prepared for the corny, like, this is what it's gonna be. It actually ended up being pretty dope. And so he was like, we're gonna call the show Copious Amounts. I was like, all right, cool. So if you go to episode 1, I didn't even know what the show was gonna be called. I was just like, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna cook, and keep it moving. And I literally was asking him in the middle of the episode, what's the name of the show called? He was like, Copious Amounts. And I'm like, Copious Amounts, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But here we are. I got you guys here. It really is copious amounts. And the one thing that we have stressed is, you know, I could have kept filming by myself and done all these dishes, but we wanted to bring our culture into it and our family into it. So it is a copious amounts of love. So when you hashtag that, you hashtag it copious amounts of love, because that's exactly what it is. We got Chef Eric Tyson here. We got Wayna here. I'm here. I'm just so glad to be a part of this. Gadget, my right hand, and me too over there, you know what I'm saying, holding down the social media. Here we are. Chef, talk to us.
So
where are we going?
What we're doing right now, so we got everything that the onion is bound with the flour and everything. So what we need to do is kind of add a little bit of liquid in it. That's what they call, that's the white wine. So that's deglazing the pot a little bit.
And when you deglaze the pot, I want to say that like all that brownness on the bottom goes back into all the goodness, right?
Exactly.
Oh man.
So now this is the chicken
stock?
Chicken stock.
Chicken stock.
So I'm gonna add that.
White wine. The whole thing of chicken stock.
So when you add that chicken stock,
God bless America.
It's gonna turn, this is where you really get the how the roux, you see how the roux really takes effect. It starts to thicken it up. And that's where you yeah, now it looks creamy.
Now, let me ask you a question. Cooking in grandma's kitchen, a roux and Thanksgiving gravy, they kind of like are cousins, no? Or
well, I mean, the only way to make a good gravy is from a good roux.
That's what I was thinking.
That's it.
The gravy starts from the roux.
It starts with the roux, and then that's when you
Told y'all I was black. Y'all thought I was mulatto out here. I'm black, fool. It's copious amounts. It's the truth, though.
It's the truth. No, you're right. You're right. I'm gonna add a little bit more wine.
Deglaze it some more.
Yeah, now we're just going for flavor. So, and I need a little bit of. Don't need to.
You're smelling it?
You don't need to. Well, look, so at the end of everything, I mean, I would love for my roux to be a little bit darker, but you know, time is of essence. So the concept is there. So right now, I just, you know, after you do things a few times, you actually know what the consistency should look like and so forth. So, and I know that it's gonna, as I keep it here, it's gonna keep getting darker and darker.
I mean, Wayna, he's a chef. Like, he's a chef. He's probably done this like 300 times.
Now, this is a celery salt. So usually, oh, and I forgot, I'm tripping. Always need to add a little salt.
Oh,
so salt usually goes on at the end for taste, but I like to add it throughout because when I actually do taste it, I want to know that it's there. I like to cook everything into everything.
And it's getting dark. Look, Chef Eric Tyson is here. He's making a roux from scratch. This takes time. This is not the copious amounts, oh, hurry up and get it done episode. No, that's not what we're doing right now. He's adding milk.
So now we're gonna add the milk. Now that you want to actually add, and you gotta cook this. So, because too much it can ruin it. And then you have to add a little bit more flour, and then you have to keep playing with it. Now this is where it gets to more of a bechamel. You know, that's when you start adding the cream and everything to it.
Right, and the cheese.
And cheese, yeah, exactly. So
let me ask you a question.
I'll take this off.
Cooking in Grandma's kitchen, making a roux. Where were you when you smelled the roux? Were you asleep on the couch? Were you upstairs? Like,
I mean, so my grandmother used to always come to our house. Like, Thanksgiving is one of those things that always just sets in. You know, when you start thinking about cooking with, it used to be not only my grandmother but my mom.
Right.
Like you in the kitchen, it's my grandmother's doing one thing, my mom's doing another thing, and you're just in there trying to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, what can I do? So that's where you start learning how to cut, you know, and you start just trying to, you want to taste. Like cornbread stuffing, cornbread dressing is what we call it.
Oh.
People know it as stuffing up here, but
So it's stuffing with cornbread in it.
So it's actually, no, so the cornbread dressing is the same as the stuffing.
Okay.
We just call it different.
Really?
Yeah.
Dressing the turkey.
We call it, you're dressing exactly. Yeah. So it's a,
Stouffer's.
no, it's not Stouffer's, not Stouffer's. I mean, you're talking about you make the chicken gizzards and you chop those up and you add it to, and you have the mirepoix going. And the mirepoix is the Holy Trinity, what we call it in Louisiana. So you got your celery, onion, and your bell pepper or garlic. You know, it's a lot of people have different things they do. Now I do all four.
Right.
You know, so.
You know, I'll tell you this, Chef, and you know, you've had this kind of look in your eyes, and you know, you kind of glance out while you talk to us, and when you're glancing out, I feel like your grandma's glancing back at you, and she's super proud of you.
But you know what
I mean, because it's love inside of what you're doing right now. You didn't have to come here. You came here and you're making this. This is second appetizer. We haven't even gotten to the fettuccine. Like, I appreciate you, brother. This is beautiful. Like,
yeah, this is. So right here is the juice that we were talking about. Not to cut you off, but
no, cut me off. I'll talk all night long.
No, but I mean, you know, it wasn't until you know, a couple of years ago, my mom was like, it's just so funny how things come around full circle. My grandfather was a chef.
Wow.
So, yeah, so, you know, and he and my grandmother separated, you know, at an age, you know, but that was, so I didn't really grow up with him around all the time, but when he started out, like, that's what he did. He had a fried chicken joint up in Parsippany, New Jersey. That was.
So wait, time out.
I think I got that right.
Time out. Let's get this straight real quick. His grandfather had a fried chicken joint. Yep. I don't know if you guys heard this. Had a fried chicken. Can you imagine what that fried chicken would taste in it?
This just took the color.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me move over here real quick. I gotta talk to him like turmeric. Like, guys, come on. Like, I know it's hard to see, but look at this. Come on now. Chef Eric Tyson is here. I mean, so much color. The most beautiful roux that I probably have ever seen. I'm not fronting. This is absolutely gorgeous. And you got Wayna's Ethiopian flavors. You're incorporating so much right now. How is this gonna work with the
So what we're about to do, next we're actually gonna add you have the breadcrumbs and the cheese and the egg. That's all gonna bind together. So if you could actually hand me that mixing bowl. Oh, and I forgot, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. I'm not gonna add it all.
Hold it up for it.
Oh.
Let it drip.
I don't wanna add it all because it may be too much. So, you got another bowl I can use?
Whatever you want, Chef.
I just need another, actually I can use this bowl right here with the shrimp. So what I'm gonna do,
Keep this?
yeah, actually I do. But I need to use this again, so I'm sorry about that.
It's all good, man. We're editing. It
Here we go.
doesn't matter.
All right. Actually, I'm just gonna do this right now. Cool.
So is celery salt a staple that I should have in my...
No, it's usually just celery, actual celery, but the recipe that we had called for celery stalk. Celery salt, I'm sorry. So, but yeah, I normally just use celery. Celery is just a hard thing because it will overpower a lot of your dishes. So, Just see what.
Bring them up for us. They have a other end. Get some more.
It's nice and subtle.
You like that? With any pizza, you can take a little bit. If you like it, go the other end. You got double dip. You about to double dip, son? Watch out. It's all right. Go for it. Do it.
So now I'm actually about to. Well, let me cook off these shrimp.
All right.
That is scrumptious.
So, finish chopping these. These shrimp will cook really fast, and we're gonna add it to it. It's part of the dish. And
Okay.
when I saute these, I'm actually gonna add a little bit more butter.
I mean, everything that you've done tonight, you've added butter to it.
I try not to, because
Don't say you try not to. You done came to copious amounts and added butter to every thing. So don't be like I tried not to.
well, you can't put all this butter in front of me and not expect it to get used.
Right, that's why I put it there. We hear she cheating, you know what I'm saying, on food. I'm like, copious amounts. Eric's here.
Where'd that the spatula go?
I don't know, it's right here.
Oh.
Here we go. Boom. All right, I'm gonna go take it in the corner and lick it. Pause. Look at this. Oh, Jesus.
I always forget how this thing works.
It's all good. It's all good. Good thing we're editing. Like, we're fine. Copious amounts, edit, bloopers. Ba-dooms. I'm gonna be drunk by the end of the episode.
Is that not water?
No, it's not water.
What is it?
I'm not telling.
Where's the second? No, that was straight vodka. Where's the second?
It's not straight vodka. It might be. But I'm really excited about this episode.
Stay alert and
It's not straight vodka. It's vodka and soda water.
It's not. That's club soda. Let me smell it.
Here, drink it. Go ahead, go for it.
I don't smell a thing.
Exactly.
What is it?
Copious amounts of cocktails. I don't have to cook tonight. I'm so excited. I got Chef here. He's cooking everything. All I gotta do is stand here and try to look cute next to friggin' him and her. Who cares? Copious amounts, Louisiana episode. You're supposed to get drunk. It's a Louisiana episode.
He's admitting that he's cute. He's never done that before.
You ready? You ready?
He's never ever admitted that.
Let's talk to him real quick. You know what I'm saying? With the plastic cup. My keep it at with the look. Sometimes I'm gorgeous, but it might take a couple rounds to get gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that fat girl looking at herself in the closet. But guess what, girl? You PHAT, pretty hungry and thirsty, just like me. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, girl. I see you. He got the pasta water boiling. We got shrimp and stuff going on here. Wayna's here.
I'm ready for this pasta, homie.
Right?
It's coming.
It's taking all day long.
I know. Look.
No, I'm curious what you're gonna
That's
do.
why I'm drunk, because
Cooking is
he's
a
taking
labor
all
of
day
love.
long. You know what? I will say this. You know what? Gadget Skype Williams said a great thing, and I'm put my cup down. He said something that really, really touched my heart, and it's true. Food is a love language.
Yeah.
And you fall in love with food depending on where you are, your atmosphere, things like that. And that's like super amazing to me.
Yeah.
But in doing that, food is one of those things I feel like you can fall in love with at any place, at any given time.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop. It's not a relationship that you're necessarily involved in. You came here tonight and here we are falling in love with food again.
Yes.
You can go fall in love with a vegan recipe, a pasta recipe, a risotto recipe. Food is a love language, and Skype Williams, Gadget behind the camera, y'all go make sure to give him a big bag because it's the truth. Like, you have to make sure that you explore a little bit with your love, with kids, with life, with everything. You have to exude yourself into new possibilities and being open to what the world has to offer. So I'm gonna get out of Chef's way.
No, y'all are good. I just want to get a little bit of this wine again.
Chef's cooking over here.
So I'm actually doing the shrimp, cooking the shrimp off right now so I can add it to the mix along with the mushrooms and everything. So I just,
I mean, Trace Creole. So why Trace Creole? Or Trey Creole? I said S.
No, you good.
The last episode I was like shrimps, and I know that was like completely wrong to say, but
You know, you'd be surprised. A lot of people will call me and be like, hey, I'm looking for Trey. I'm like, yeah, that's my company. But thank you for the call. So, so I was trying to find something that was still like that I could incorporate Creole so people knew exactly what I had going on. I started this business because I got tired of going places in DC that claim to have like authentic Louisiana Cajun Creole cuisine, and you get there and your gravy looks like your gumbo looks like a bowl of gravy, and it's like, or they have like just your regular hand-over kidney beans as like red beans and rice, and there's a difference, like there's a big difference, and a lot of people can't point it out unless you're from Louisiana, or they're like, oh, we got po' boys and they got it on a hoagie roll. That's not what I'm looking for.
so what's the roll that you use?
So it's an authentic Louisiana French bread, and I have yet to really find anywhere that makes it outside of Louisiana. I've been told stories of it has a lot to do with the humidity, the water, because the water.
It's like almost like New York and pizza. Like they say the pizza tastes so good in New York because their water filtration system is so amazing.
Is that so?
Yeah, and that's why the pizza tastes so good because their water is so fresh. But I also think about that, and then you go further north. New York is all mountains. It all runs into the city. So all that fresh water is just running down, and they use it to make pizza. So
Taste a little bit of chopped shrimp.
here we go. Say less.
Let's give you a little. There you go. Now you take it off there.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh, wow.
So we're pretty much done with the cooking aspect of this. Everything now is.
Chef, do you mind if I put a little bit of salt in here?
No, please, by all means.
Not that it's bad,
No.
but sometimes it's okay to say, hey,
I'm actually gonna add these.
we got these mushrooms. Oh, yes. Oh,
Look at that.
And now we're gonna incorporate the breadcrumbs.
okay.
Do you have any more?
Breadcrumbs?
Yeah.
You got whatever you want.
I just need a little bit more.
A little bit more than that?
Yes, sir.
I'll be right back.
And that's going on top of the oyster?
Yeah, so we're gonna make kind of like a breading,
Okay.
and it's gonna be thick. We're gonna place it on top, and then we're gonna toss it in here and bake it off.
Wow.
That's where the egg comes in also. So we have a little bit of the egg yolk here, which is actually gonna help bind everything along with the flour the roux that was already here. Thank you very much, sir.
Please.
So,
Nice and crunchy.
I'll take it for you.
and we're just using the egg yolk. You don't need the whole egg. We're just using a little bit of the egg yolk.
We're not gonna be able to eat this now.
Yep, I gotta cook it now. Sorry.
All right, chef. We're going in the oven again?
We're going in the oven again. So,
All right, here we go.
Cheese in it?
no, the cheese we're actually going to put on top of it after we put it on top of the oyster.
So say the name of this again one more time for me.
Oyster Bienville.
Bienville. I'm not going to ask about the history. I don't care no more. I know that you're here. We're here.
Well, I'm curious about the cultures that go into this dish. So you got French, you have Southern.
I mean, a lot of Louisiana food is just that, what you said. It's a lot of, French and Southern.
So why does that work? Why does French and Southern work? Because when I think of French food, I think of like moose, liver, like all of these things that have such a bitter taste, and it's a little offsetting to my kind.
Black soul food.
Right, and now you have that in, like you said, black soul food. Why does that work?
I want to really talk about it, but I don't want to embarrass myself and get any history wrong. So, but I will say that, when Louisiana was colonized by the French, so a lot of Louisiana and a lot of Southern cooking was poor. Right. So you have a lot of, like, a roux just came as a good way, like a gumbo was like you're throwing everything in there but the kitchen sink. Right. A lot of those dishes come from that, and it's really just using all of your resources. So it's very herb heavy. Right. Onions, the mirepoix is like a staple, the Trinity. They call it the Holy Trinity because you add it to almost every Louisiana Cajun Creole dish. And it's just...
So I'm having like a mind explosion right now because I think about where you guys were from, and you were, I think about our people, and here we are in Louisiana, and we have this fresh seafood. Yeah. And then we go further north, and then you get to the Carolinas, where it's a lot of cows and leftovers, and they make that happen. That's how we get, those dishes, chitlins and stuff like that. And then you get further north. So it was basically being colonized and working with what you got.
So, I mean, you got to think about who was in a lot of those kitchens cooking and everything, and they had to make things taste good. So they're going out to the fields and just trying to find whatever they can.
Oh my God.
So, but I mean, Louisiana has just such a rich history all around. It does, anywhere from...
Can I do something right now?
Yeah.
You tell me what to do. You keep talking because I'm so excited.
Grab this spoon and you throw
All
it
right,
away.
cool. All right, that's fine. I threw it away. I was so excited. You tell me what to do.
Let me add a little bit more breadcrumb to it.
And mix that?
Yep, mix that up. You want it to be a little dry. That Parmesan, when we put that on to bake, that Parmesan is going to release a little bit of liquid to it, but you want to think about it more like how when you make a crab cake. So you want that breading to be, since we added the shrimp and the mushroom, it's got a meaty feel to it.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's just going to be that much better on top.
So you tell me what to do.
Yep, just go ahead and spoon it on top.
Is that too much?
No, never too much. You can pack that on in.
Yeah.
Yep. Just want to pack it down.
Hey, Wayna, here, take this fork. All right, you ready? Yeah. No, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it here. You pack it down. Yeah, perfect. Well, he said not too much. I'm gonna put as much on here as possible because it's copious amounts. Damn it.
There we go.
And it's shrimp in here. Yeah. Tell me what else. Come on.
You have shrimp. You have the mushroom. You have the onion. You have your roux. You have the garlic. It's a heavy hors d'oeuvre. Louisiana, you get full before you actually get to your main course most of the time.
So you get full before you get to your main course.
Yeah. And then as soon as the main course, now when I go home and I go somewhere, as soon as I get to the main course, I'm like, I gotta take this home. It's gonna be too much.
So what's your go-to main course when you go home?
It all depends. When I'm home, like one of the main things I love.
You see me pause? I was like, I don't know what the to do.
Anything with seafood. So you can give me some like a nice blackened catfish with a Creole topping or something like that. Because that fish is just
Okay. Next.
So here the Parmesan, and we could pack this on as well. So this is where that Parmesan is going to get nice golden brown.
Are we gonna do butter on top again?
We can. I'll never say no to butter.
I mean, is that the recipe? Is that what it calls for?
It doesn't. I mean, when you got cheese, you really don't need the butter.
Okay.
But
And look at you with the Parmesan cheese. Look, the undisputed king of cheese, Pecorino Romano Parmesan cheese. If you don't know me, my name's Al Green. Welcome to Copious Amounts. This is Wayna. This is Chef Eric Tyson. This is what we do. Welcome back. Yes, we're using cheese again.
got to.
And this is freshly grated, right?
It's the only way to go.
Ain't you glad I called you?
I am so glad.
You know what I'm saying?
This is way better than any birthday feast I could have tried.
Your birthday's coming up.
Did I
Coming
miss
up.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's my birthday feast.
What?
Chef,
Well, I am.
do I go in or do I stop?
We're good. I'm not even gonna add the butter to it. We're good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oyster Bienville.
God.
Oyster Bienville. Look, I'll tell you, episode 2, I tried to show off and make all these dishes and you know what I'm saying, impress my boys and be like, oh, it's copious amounts, I'm trying to do this. I failed. This is the winner right here. This is the second course. Say it again, oyster.
Oyster Bienville.
We're going in the oven. Let's go.
So when are you going to open your own restaurant?
Well, look, I am looking into doing some things here in DC, so it's just a matter of time. You know, COVID hit, so things are just kind of all over the place. But I'm looking at I have a vision. And I'm rolling with it.
Beautiful.
So
I love it.
I'm rolling with that vision too.
So, and here we have Oyster Bienville. Got that Parmesan on, and we got a nice little toast to it. I'll let them know.
Wait, no, I don't know what to say. Do we put like sauce on top of it? Do we just eat it?
I mean, I usually, you want to garnish it a little bit for color, but I could chop some parsley and add it to it if you want. We don't have to. I mean, this is all family right now. Let's go for it.
Chef, like when I called you and asked you to come here, I was hoping like you would cook a little something. I didn't ask you to come here, pull your pants down and stick your out and then take your foot and then put it through your ass. So everyone knew that you could throw down because you're from Louisiana. This is not fair. This is totally not fair. All right.
I'm gonna ask Wayna to actually bless it with
Some butter.
Hold on, wait. We're gonna do this, all right? This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put this on top of here. All right? This is what we're gonna do. You ready, Wayna? Just because he's here, it's copious amounts, damn it. I wanna get some of this. Because I would love some of this freshness on here. You cool with that? Yeah? No, you stay right there because you've been working way too hard. Wayne, I think I got a knife over there somewhere. Can you grab me a knife?
Go ahead.
Here we go. I got it. It's all good. All right, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a left-handed chef right here. That is a rarity.
It smells so fresh.
All right. So what I want to do is take a couple of these. I didn't make them. He made them. I'm going to put 2 on each plate because somehow we're still at the appetizer. I don't know what time it is, but we are still at the appetizer. I would love to put some olive oil on top of here, right?
That looks lovely.
And I would love to take some of this and just drizzle it on top, just like that. Yes? All right, Wayna, do me a favor. Take your spice. Get in your bag real quick, all right? Do that. Boom. It's copious amounts. Wayna's here. Chef, I'm not trying to ruin your recipe.
You're good.
I'm really excited right now. I feel so good. And
I'm a guest on your show.
all right, you ready? Go over to your right, and then we're gonna take some of this Parmesan cheese. Oh yes, look at this. And then we get some of that cooked parm, Some of that fresh parm.
Oh wow, that looks gorgeous.
Hold on, wait. I don't even.
All right, do
Come
it.
on.
Do it.
Come on.
Do it.
I don't give a
I like
god.
the height.
You know what I mean?
I like the height.
Look at
and
that.
everything. Wow. Look at that. France, the South, Ethiopia,
There you go.
and what else?
I don't know how we got here. Hold on. Here you go, chef.
Thank you very
Boom.
much.
Bella.
Thank you.
Copious amounts. I think you hold a plate like that. I think that's the way you do it, or you just put it down. Yeah, straight for the oyster. Chef, tell them what it is. Come on, talk to them.
Got the Oyster Bienville.
Yes.
Go ahead and dive on in that bad boy.
Yes.
Ooh wee. Look at that.
Can I eat it? Is it too hot?
It all depends.
Yo, I feel like
One
if
way
I
to
made
find
a
out.
wish, Aladdin would pop out of this joint right now and be like, what do you want, son? I'd be like, I want oyster, son. Not me, son. Iron lung, son. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Wu-Tang. Shout out to Eric. All the way.
I think it's good though.
I mean, you got the cooked oyster at the bottom. Where you at?
It's delicious.
It's hot?
I inhaled the berbere. That was all.
It was a lot. It was a lot. My mouth was
but
burning,
it's
but
so
I'm
good.
I can't admit it.
Don't matter.
There you go.
The berbere and the parmesan.
I don't have to talk. I told y'all before, when she get the, and walking around, you know what I'm saying? Yo, son, copious amounts, episode 6. I told y'all I was not playing. What the hell is this episode called? The Creole Ethiopian? Creotopia?
Realtopia.
The freaking,
Realtopia.
it's the Born on the Bayou episode.
Oh, it's so creamy and delicious. And you know what's so nice is that it's like.
Come here, come over here, come over here, come here, come here. Tell him, Wayna, tell him.
It's a perfect appetizer, you know? It's just, it comes in its own, you know, kind of pre-packaged.
Vessel. Yeah. Little vessel.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go.
Wayna, take us out.
This is absolutely extraordinary. Blend of cultures, blend of flavors, blend of love.
Here you go. I
Get
got
this
you. I got
recipe.
you.
Do you have this recipe online? Are people gonna get to?
Hell no, you
try
gotta
and
watch
make this?
copious amounts. You gotta follow Chef Eric Tyson. And tune in.
I'm not
Come
doing
on.
this justice.
Do it.
Like my facial expressions
Do
are
it.
not doing this justice.
Do it. Go in.
It's just so
Copious
The
amounts.
packet that was done.
Right.
the cheese, the butter.
Gadget, thank you, because it's the best thing I could have ever done. Because I don't even care if y'all don't like it. You can like, subscribe it. You don't have to. I don't care. Because I get to eat this with Wayna and with my boy, Chef Eric Tyson. Don't move. I swear to God, don't move. We got one more course for you. We got crawfish.
Yes, we do.
We got big. Oh, look at these shrimp. Come on, and it's a whole bowl of them. We got pasta we made earlier.
Yep.
Don't move, please don't move.
Really,
Please.
really don't.
Don't. Coming right back, copious amounts. One love.
Hey, welcome back. Copious amounts. It's your boy, Chef Eric Tyson with Trey Creole Catering. And next to me is the man himself, Al.
I hate you.
Invited me in here.
I'm so hungry.
And then I apologize. You know what? I shouldn't even start with you. I should have gone.
Thank you.
If you don't know who she is, you need to check her out. Please let everybody know how they can find
Yeah, you can
You.
find me on Wayna Music, WAYNA Music, Instagram and Facebook, iTunes, everywhere where music is sold.
There we go.
How can they find you?
So, you can find me at TreyCreole.com. You feel free to email me, Trey Creole Catering. That's TRESCREOLE.com. Or Trey Creole Catering, same way, with catering at the end, at gmail.com.
And if you can't find me or Wayna, You can find us at his house. We're gonna come through and eat. Wayna.
I appreciate it.
He's making more food.
I mean, I'm waiting for this.
So, you know, in Louisiana, you start with one thing. You got most places you got your courses. So we already did the appetizers. Right now, we're about to do what I do is a crawfish and shrimp fettuccine. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just cutting up the Trinity, which
The Holy Trinity.
the Holy Trinity, my mirepoix. So this is celery, onion, bell pepper, and then I'm gonna add some garlic to it. So what we're gonna do is just add this, start some butter, and then we're just gonna cook it down. Now usually you wanna make your cream sauce or your sauce with everything in advance so that you're not, and put it to the side so you can then saute everything. So I've already got my sauce to the side.
Cream sauce.
That is
cream sauce. Come on, talk to me, man. Come on.
So right now it's already seasoned, but we also have the heavy cream in there, cooked down, a little bit of cheese. It's light. It's not super seasoned because I like to add my seasoning in.
It's really
towards
light.
the end. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like really heavy. Like it looks like it's super heavy, but it's not.
A lot of these dishes, they'll use like a lot of the processed cheese and so forth. I just refuse to do it. So
Why do you refuse to do it?
I just like everything to be fresh. I like to know where everything came from. So I mean, even though I used heavy cream for, I took my time just cooking it down, and then I add a little bit of fresh Parmesan and everything to it, just to thicken it up.
Right.
You add a little bit of roux to it as well. You can add a little bit of a blonde roux to it, and that really gets it. Even if you don't do a blonde roux, honestly, a little bit of cornstarch and water, it'll thicken anything up.
Really?
Yeah. When you need
Cornstarch and water.
when you need a thickener, like if you don't have time to do a roux or whatever, and you're not worried about roux, is usually a lot for color and flavor. Now, if you already have the flavor there, and you just need something to thicken up a dish, you want to go ahead and you want to use a little bit of cold water.
Now, how much cold water and cornstarch? Like,
So you could do a 1-to-1 ratio.
1-to-1. So 1 cup, or 1 spoon.
You could do
1 spoon?
1 cup, 1 spoon, 1 spoon. And then you can keep. You want to when you add it to the dish.
Yeah.
Bit by bit. You don't want to do too much because it thickens it up really fast.
quick.
Yep.
Now, I saw like in Asian culture, like they like to use a lot of cornstarch when they fry things. Why do they do that? Like,
Cornstarch will help you get that extra crispiness on almost anything you have. Like when I do my fried chicken, I'll have my chicken batter, which is usually like a flour and fresh seasoning mix that I use. But if I really want to get it crispy, I'll add a little bit of extra cornstarch to that batter. It helps a lot. Usually if I'm doing fried shrimp, I'll do like an egg wash. So you'll do the you'll do the flour, egg wash, then the cornstarch. The last, because it helps.
you'll dip it just like you would in the flour.
Just dip it, yep. So,
Chef Eric Tyson, y'all. Come on. Giving you pointers. What do you want me to do? You tell me what you want me
actually,
to do.
hand me that onion. I forgot about that part.
The onion?
Yeah, let me get that onion.
Sorry. There you go.
Appreciate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just.
What about these? I need to take tails off? Nothing?
It depends. I prefer keeping tails on for presentation purposes. It's annoying when you eat though, but
I mean, we're making pasta, so.
yeah, it just looks really well.
Hey, I'm not gonna touch it. Leave the tails on. Tails on.
That hurricane's starting to hit me now with my chopping.
What's the professional strategy for cutting it?
Everyone's got their own way of doing it. This is how I do it. So I've got my butter and everything going. Chopping is one of those things where I learned to do it via YouTube, to be honest.
So, quick question. Who's the coolest person you ever catered for?
Ooh, coolest person I've ever catered for. You have to give me a second with that one.
Okay. It's not your wife? Or your girlfriend? Shorty down.
Oh, I'm married.
Okay, then.
It is, why you gotta put me on the spot?
I'm joking. Come on now. Copious amounts of love.
Yeah, but,
All right, I ask you another question. Instead of putting you on the spot, I'll put you on the real spot.
Okay.
Barack Obama calls you.
Yeah.
Him and his family want to have dinner.
Uh-huh.
What's the number one thing you're taking to the table?
Number one thing I'm taking to the table would be, it depends. You got to find out what they love now. If there's,
No. They eat anything.
They eat anything?
Don't matter. If you say, hey, my grandma taught me how to cook this, this is what I'm bringing to the table.
One of my top sellers, I'll be 100% honest, is my mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese?
Yeah.
And you going to the Obamas and you won't say mac and cheese? Come on, Cole, tell them, let them know. Yo, Barack, all of y'all, Michelle.
But
please come back. Please come back.
No, what I'm definitely taking my
He
shrimp.
gonna make mac and cheese if you come back.
My shrimp Creole. Yeah, my shrimp Creole.
Shrimp Creole?
Yeah, I've actually.
Shrimp Creole.
Shrimp Creole is, so you got your Cajun food and you got your Creole food.
Yeah.
The main difference is with a lot of the Cajun food, it's heavily spiced. Creole is more of a tomato base, so it's more flavor. I mean, they use the same spices, but one is more of a tomato base than the other. So the shrimp Creole is just it's my roux. The way I season it, and along with the tomatoes, like I've actually considered bottling it.
Really?
Yeah. So it does its job. When I do my shrimp and grits, that's usually my base. You know. So I use
Shrimp
that.
and grits.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Sounds like Louisiana to me.
Yes,
Can you what did I need? Can you hand me that spatula over there, please?
So is there anything different about these vegetables? Like, are they organic? Are they from a farmer's market? Is there something
No, there's.
fresh about them?
So no, they're just. I can't honestly say that they are now. I try to buy fresh and organic as much as possible, but at some days you just got to do what you got to do. You know.
But
So.
they have such a strong aroma to me.
Oh, I mean,
Different than what
Wait, now let me ask you a question. What do you cook at home?
yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, we cook a lot of fish.
Okay.
We cook a lot of
What's your favorite fish?
salmon.
Salmon. Why?
And shrimp. Well, shrimp is so healthy for you. It has that healthy fat, that fish oil that's really good for your brain.
Yeah.
So I eat salmon literally every day.
Really?
Every day, yeah. And then as a treat, I'll have shrimp.
Okay. What are you eating with your salmon?
I usually have it in a salad. So
Okay.
I have a big, I'll put kale and cilantro and parsley, and then I'll put sweet peas and some raw broccoli,
Okay.
some raw cauliflower, and then my red butter and olive oil.
I noticed that when I make a big salad like that, sometimes I lose flavor. I don't know, because maybe my dressing isn't right or my seasoning isn't right. How do you compose a salad and still get the flavor, still get oh my God, this is delicious? What are your secrets? What are your secrets?
When with making a salad or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Because I know everyone says dressing, but what is the real ingredient?
I mean, for me, it all depends on the mood I'm in, the protein.
Okay.
But I do have my main staples for any salad, which are some nice heirloom cherry tomatoes.
Okay.
Or some, a little bit of purple onion.
Okay.
Your carrots, and a cucumber. I put that on every salad, and of course avocado.
Okay.
Yes.
Avocado, it's
Avocado,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Gotta have the avocado.
Yeah.
So, and then the dressing is key though. And if the main difference is a fresh dressing compared to a bottled dressing, and
Right.
dressing isn't as hard as people think to make. You get your blender, you put everything in there, and you go to town.
Yeah.
So,
I love a peanut Thai dressing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It brings out so much good flavor, but if I eat it for more than 3 days, I'm over it. So yeah.
so I make a really nice green goddess dressing.
Oh, what's that?
So it's a combination of things. It's herb heavy, but then you have your sour cream. You have a little bit of anchovy paste, just like you would with a Caesar salad. Caesar dressing, and a little bit of tarragon. Just different herbs and so forth. And it brings out lemon juice. It brings out a nice little. Has a little bite to it, but it's just good.
Nice.
So it's.
We talking salads while we're making fettuccine.
Now, one thing I did was I went ahead and I cooked the I cooked the vegetables to where now you can, you could. They always used to say like you want to cook the onions so they're like kind of translucent. So
translucent meaning clear.
Clear, yes. So
Beautiful.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Put these shrimp in here.
put these shrimp in here, and the crawfish tails can go in. So I've already made the cream sauce, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm gonna add that in after. We get these shrimp.
More shrimp in there?
These are crawfish. So this,
Oh.
He bought crawfish.
yeah. So
Is crawfish native to only?
to the Gulf, yeah.
Only to the Gulf of Mexico.
So it's you can find. All right. So a lot of people will. A lot of restaurants and so forth, they may have crawfish tails, but those are usually produced in China, or Indonesia or somewhere else. I'm not gonna knock it. Look, again.
like a farm.
Yeah, the farm raised.
And where you're from,
No, we go.
is it a bunch of white boys on a joint and they say, hey, come on, Billy, let's go get some crawfish? And then is that how it happens?
It's
Or
not only white boys, it's everybody.
I'm joking.
I know.
I love y'all.
But yeah, no, it's literally like every time I go home, my brother, he'll ask me if I want something, because he's got a friend with a shrimp boat. We'll go out there.
Is
go and
it
get it.
just like crabbing, like putting chicken on a net and the
Yeah,
crawfish?
you got your cages.
Huh?
You drop your cages in the
don't
water.
know
and
For
everything.
crawfish?
No.
Crawfish, yeah.
You drop cages.
Yeah.
Yeah, crawfish.
So in Maryland, we drop crabs.
Yeah.
Drop cages for
I
crabs.
was just doing crab. I was crabbing a couple of weeks ago.
Really?
Dropping cages for crabs, but almost all shrimpers have the shrimp boat, so they drop the nets.
So look, they take a line. I mean, like it's a line. So if this is the line, like imagine like 3 miles worth of line. Maybe not even, maybe a mile. And every one they have like a little marker. So they drop a cage, and they usually put something in that cage. When you walk into the cage, it's like a little flap, and that flap goes up, and then once it closes, the crab's stuck in there. And then they let them sit.
Yeah.
Sometimes all day, sometimes who knows. Then they come back on the boat and start pulling up. And then when they pull them up, these cages come up. And if you look on YouTube, it's the coolest video. Like you'll just see the crabs down there chilling. All of a sudden it's like, and they like start taking off and they're stuck to the bottom. Open up, dump the crab, dump the crab, dump the crab, dump the crab, and they just keep going to each line.
And they're putting chicken to lure the
You could
crab?
do raw chicken. You can do, yeah,
No, the crabs are scavengers, still eat them.
yeah.
But the same thing with, all right, so in Louisiana, they take rotten chicken to hunt alligators.
Yeah.
And they hang the rotten chicken on like this big hook. And so it's just like, it stinks.
Right.
It's like rotten. And you'll see the gator come up and just, and then all of a sudden when they roll up, you'll see that line tugging because the gator's trying to get off that hook, but it's caught up.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Look, I can't even tell you about it. When I go, I want to actually go and do one of the swamp tours when I get
Really?
home. Yes. Baton Rouge, I didn't grow up like really in the swamps like that.
Right.
So, but now it's become so popular. Like we didn't know anything about swamp tours.
Right.
Now growing up, we used to have to take like field trips to certain places.
Right.
That's a whole nother story. But anyway, you take a field trip to a plantation and it doesn't resonate what it is, at that time.
Totally.
So.
Right.
But yeah, I have a lot of friends that do the gator hunting, duck hunting, deer hunting. They do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They bring you the meat afterwards and say, hey, hook this up, or all the time?
They will,
What does
yes.
alligator meat taste like? Is it tough?
It's a little tough.
Yeah.
But it's good. I mean, you go places they have like gator meat. They'll come like a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was telling you, I went to New Orleans and I was there for 3 days and I ate at 17 restaurants.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because I just wanted to know what it was like, why everybody was spazzing out. And by the time I got to like my 4th restaurant, I was like, I get it. I was literally in Popeyes, because Popeyes originated in New Orleans. And I was standing in line and I was like, I didn't even know why I was in line, but I saw like 10 black people in a line and I was like, I'm getting in this line because obviously something's gonna be good. And I was in Popeyes. And I remember pouring like my vodka bottle into my cup and being like, I just want whatever everybody else is getting. She was like, oh, they want the 4-piece with the red beans and rice and the biscuit. I said, I'll take that, and I took it home. It's Popeyes here. I've been to Popeyes everywhere.
I was going to say Popeyes in Louisiana is a different experience.
It was, I mean, when I woke up the next morning, I was embarrassed, like embarrassed. The bones were bare. I don't remember eating the rest of it. I mean, they were just bare, and I was like, yo, like, how did I eat all of this?
Is it spicier or? It
was just so flavorful. You know how, like, they'd be like, oh, all the 32 spices, da 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 da.
Get a whiff of that?
Yes,
actually.
This what it tastes like.
So I just need that shrimp to cook. Because the crawfish is already cooked. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off again.
No, brother.
Is there a difference between the Popeyes down there and up here?
Is there a difference?
Taste?
Yeah. It was, you know, it was one of those things where I got to the counter and it was like, if you don't know what you want to order, you're in bad shape. Like completely bad shape because everyone knew, and I was like, I just want what she got in front of me, and that's what I got. It's the home of fried chicken, Louisiana fried chicken, and you can tell, like, the people behind the counter, the people in line. The one thing I love about Louisiana is everyone was so friendly and so, like, homey. I didn't go drink my face off. I went to go eat. I was like, I want to go experience this cuisine, but go ahead. Yeah.
So now I was going to say, one of the things growing up, like, you can go to, like, when I used to go to the grocery store with my grandmother, it'd be like somebody that came, like, you would look at them on the street and be like, not to even like stereotype anybody, but that person looks like they might be a little bit of trouble, you know? But they would be the first person to walk up and ask my grandmother if she needs a hand with anything. You know, they'll say, yes, ma'am. It's just manners. It's insane. It doesn't matter who you are, how you were raised. A lot of things are just kind of ingrained, you know?
I love that you said that because, especially in a time like now, where as a people, we're everywhere. And like you said, it looks like someone who would come up to you and be in some kind of trouble. That's not who we are.
Nah.
We are a beautiful people who honestly will extend a hand first before we would try to harm you. But based on history and you guys' history being in the South, all the way up to the North where I am and even further, to this day we still get looked at as, hey, you might be coming to me with trouble, when that's not the case. It's copious amounts of love.
There we go.
There it is.
There it is. So we're almost, shrimp, I got in about another minute.
It is absolutely gorgeous. And the colors too. The green,
I mean, it looks so beautiful.
orange,
There we go.
So how do you know when the shrimp is done?
So,
to a certain point, right?
yes, the shrimp are usually done. You can do it by touch. You can do it by, I can look and tell, but I've just been doing like cooking shrimp for a long time. But tenderness, you know, you want to make sure that they're actually. I mean, that's.
I'll tell you, Wayne. I taught this in my last episode. Like, press that right there. That's when you know the shrimp are done.
Oh, okay. So it should still have some buoyancy.
So you see how it like goes like that,
Yeah.
and then also when they go from this to this, once they curl.
Too much.
No, once they curl and you feel like that, pull them. They're ready to go.
So you can tell the difference with like, if someone gives me shrimp, I can tell the difference between a Gulf shrimp and like a non-Gulf shrimp. They just cook differently. Like it's, and then the texture is a lot different as well. So, but that's a whole nother story. You don't find too many Gulf shrimp up this way, and if you do, you usually have to clean them and everything. I usually get them shipped up.
Really?
So
I mean, this smells like it came straight out the ocean. Like,
it's so. I mean,
yeah, that's a crawfish.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
So is that done?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So I mean, you won't be able. That one is done. There was one in here that I saw wasn't done. This one isn't done all the way.
see how that one's got that nice curl on it? So does this one.
Yep.
So he'll put the rest in the bottom of that pan. so they get that nice heat on them. It won't take long.
Just another minute, and then I'm just gonna add the sauce to it.
I forgot we had the sauce.
That sauce.
You're gonna put more sauce in this?
There's no sauce in there. There's no sauce in there.
What is this goodness down here?
That's the juice from the crawfish.
Hold on, time out.
Potatoes.
Time out.
You can go ahead and taste it. Go ahead.
Oh, here you go, Wayna.
I haven't even seasoned it yet. That's just the miracle.
It don't matter. You taste that freshness? Oh, I'm dripping.
It is.
Oh.
So fresh.
Oh man, that tastes like Louisiana. Oh, it almost gives me a little bit of like a small amount of gaminess, like that swampiness. Like that's what makes it lovable. Like it's, you know, people get mad at that gaminess and it's like, oh, well that's that freshness. Like if you don't like the freshness. And then look at that. Oh. Chef.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna do a season 2. And me and Wayna are gonna host again. You gotta come back.
It'd be my pleasure, man.
You have to come back. Because if you're doing this with seafood,
Oh yeah.
I'd love to
This
see.
is the tip of the iceberg.
what else you got up
I
your
want to
sleeve?
see your mac and cheese.
Excuse me. He's coming back to making mac and cheese. He's coming back. Copious amounts, episode 6. He is coming back to make mac and cheese.
So we're almost done with this. What I'm gonna do now. So here, oops, I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
We got our pasta. And this is the pasta. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you do that because that was what you did earlier.
Here you go.
Take it out of
So we're gonna take it out of there.
Want that? You got it? You good?
I'm going to grab these tongs right next to you, and if you let it, just drain it for a little bit. So what we're gonna do is just add that to here.
See this? Can you see this? Look at this. Fresh pasta. Wait, no, aren't you so glad we worked so hard on that pasta?
You know, I was about to wait. Let me add a little bit,
It looks like it was made by a machine. It doesn't even look
a little bit of salt. And
different.
We did it.
Wayna,
son.
do you mind?
We did it.
Crack. I'm sorry.
Did it.
You mind cracking a little bit of pepper in there for me?
Where'd it go?
Boom,
There we
I'm
go.
here. It's the trifecta, the trilogy. We're here. What is it?
Say when.
Creoltopia?
Creoltopia.
Hashtag the Creoltopia. Oh, look at that.
Is that good? Is that enough?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the rest we can add at the end if needed. Also, I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmesan to it. This will, just a little bit right now, and then we're gonna add a little bit to the end also. So this will thicken this up right now to where it'll stick to this, the pasta really well.
This is unfair.
Do you mind? Actually, I could do it. You wanna do it? Just go ahead and
Pop it in.
pop that in.
Here we go, guys. Wayna, fresh pasta by hand. Oh my God. How much, Chef? More?
Oh yeah, I say do the whole thing.
The whole thing?
Should I
Here.
just dump it in?
Yeah,
I got
just dump
you.
it in. It's
Ready?
drained now, so there you go. So
God
and
bless
now I'm
America.
actually gonna take these tongs and I'm gonna work it around. Yeah, there you go.
So, this reminds me of like a Cajun fettuccine New Orleans.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is, right?
Yes, sir.
And I'll tell you this, like, I fell in love with this dish at a bookstore in DC. It's called, and I'm gonna shout them out because I love them. It was called Kaimbr.
Creamers. Yep.
Yes, I love cream.
And they used to serve this with like a big piece of cornbread on top. And that cornbread would just kind of crumble into the pasta.
Yep.
But I've never had it with crawfish in the way that you've done it just now. Shout out to Kaimbr. I love y'all, but this is by far,
The authentic version.
this is taking me back years. And Wayna, go get in your bag right now.
No, you got a bigger pinch.
Come on.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. Hold it up. Let them know. Get it.
All right.
Get it. Let's go. Some more.
So this
Yep.
was my favorite meal when I would go out to dinner on date night with my husband when we first started dating before he was even my husband. So this is so ironic that this is really cool tonight.
So it's funny because this is when I bartended in the city. This is where me and my bartender girlfriend would go for dinner after we got off of work because it was the only restaurant open in the city. And I would get this every time, go home and just pass out.
Yes.
Like, that's so beautiful that
Right.
the stars are really aligning here. Can I get some plates ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm
I'm
excited.
gonna go ahead and just see where I'm at if I need to add anything else to it.
Yeah.
Watch out, Chef. Come on, come here.
Right in the pot.
Yo, let's see if he needs to add anything.
A little salt, probably.
Maybe a little bit. It's delish. Oh my God, it's delish.
Chef,
Oh, it's just the right amount of
Chef, don't put no more salt in.
No?
What the hell are you doing? Don't you do anything. You turn that shit off and you plate it up and we'll sprinkle some salt on top of there. Oh,
So we're gonna add a little bit
Bless
of
you.
extra Parmesan to the end of it also.
that Parmesan, that cheese is gonna give us some of that saltiness too, right? Oh. Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you.
I'm overcome by all of it.
Thank you. I got it.
I think I got my hands in some butter.
So these,
Such a beautiful day.
You just watched your grandmother prepare them. You didn't.
Well, you know, actually, a lot of these I didn't even grow up eating. It was just I just getting. You know, you find your dishes, your things that you like, of different cultures and everything. And Louisiana, I just started. I have a lot of recipes that are from my grandmother and my mom. I do have a lot of recipes from my grandmother and my mom, but a lot of, you know, over time you just start researching and you start finding your own way and so forth. And that's what I did.
Look at this. Take that. Sorry guys, you're not getting none. We're eating it all. Oh my God.
God bless you. If my son was here.
Chef,
You
if
didn't
you don't
say
mind, I just want to prop some of these shrimp up if that's cool with you.
Oh, help yourself, please.
Yes. Because they are so beautiful and so big and so gorgeous. Oh. Put some
As soon as we take
right on
these,
top, just like that. Oh, look at these babies. They look so good. Chef, you came here and you showed off today. Any more shrimp in there? Oh, there's one over there. Let me take one of these. Let me clean these plates up. All right,
so actually before you do that,
some Parmesan cheese.
a little parm, but I'm also gonna let me grab a little bit of parsley
Okay,
for garnish.
right here.
How important is the garnishment of the food?
I mean, the garnish, it kind of sets the plate off, you know? It's just visually, like we are human, we all eat with our eyes.
Yeah.
So if you have an attractive plate,
Yeah.
chances are that dish has already got a one-up on how it's gonna taste.
Wow.
You know, they say, from what I've learned in the restaurant business, is that if you see something, we eat with our eyes. And when you see something and it looks attractive to you, by the time you put it in your mouth, if your ambiance and your friends and your family are on that same level,
Yeah.
it's just your mind's gonna tell you it tastes better.
Right. Whether it is or not.
Whether it is or not, but something like this is always gonna be good, just like this, but with a little bit of garnish on top, and him dicing up Chef Eric Tyson. Oh my God. Let's do it. Get over here. Come on, so I can put some cheese on this thing. Do you mind?
Help yourself.
Oh, God. Please, for the love of the camera, turn it off, because we're gonna eat. Chef, if you don't mind, just because I love
Please,
some
help
fresh
yourself.
pepper. Oh, maybe, like you said, just a tad bit of salt. I hate to ruin your dish. I don't want to ruin it. I just want to make it copious amounts.
Well, there we are.
Look at that. Yep. Beautiful spread.
Look at this, chef.
Oh my God, a work of art. This is a work of art. Thank you.
I'll take my gloves off. I thank you so much for coming.
No, I thank you for
Wayna.
having me.
Thank you for us.
I thank you for being here
Thank you for
and
having
helping us make this pasta. I couldn't have done it without you guys.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Let's dig in. Let's get some of this crawfish, some of this fresh pasta, and you know, I see why you left the tails on now.
And the pasta.
Hot. Got a hot bite.
Creotopia episode, ladies and gentlemen. Wayna, Grammy nominated, icon, DC's homegrown, our love, chef, Eric Tyson. He came through, he didn't just cook, he came through and showed off. To come from Louisiana all the way here to Washington, D.C., you make sure you check for him. Trey Creole? Trey Creole. Wayna, music.com. Copious amounts. TV. We're here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We see you guys. We see you liking. Please continue to subscribe. Please continue to comment. Please continue to help this keep going, because guess what? I'm not here for me. I'm here for them. I'm here for the future people. I'm here for crawfish, fettuccine, shrimp. They've said nothing. Chef, thank you so much. Wayna, thank you so much.
Busy enjoying this.
Hey, God bless you all. Peace, copious amounts, episode 6. We out.